crime beat now. We now know the name of the man shot at a gas station in Ardmore on Thursday. Police say during a traffic stop, officers spoke with the passenger in the car, Joshua Estrada, seen there, who gave false information, they say, about his identity because of an outstanding warrant. Now, when officers asked Estrada to leave the car, he made an implied threat against the officers. When officers tried to arrest Estrada, he made a sudden movement in their direction, and the officers fired several shots. Estrada was taken to an Ardmore hospital. He was treated and released. The driver of the car and the officers involved were not hurt. The USBI investigating the shooting and the officers involved have been placed on routine administrative leave. Estrada has been arrested for a terroristic threat.